Namaste. Welcome, beautiful souls. Happy New Year. It's 2025, and this is truly amazing. Another year, another number, and we enter into the year of the Hermit. And once again, I want to explain. I know this just doesn't make sense to a lot of people, and if you've been working with this for a while, it seems second nature. And so I may not have explained very clearly this year. I did not do an intro video, which I have done in previous years. And 2025, when you add 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5 equals 9. So numerologically, the year of the Hermit is connected to the number 9. And also this morning, as I was lying in bed, I was watching Ange Roots and Waves channel, and she was on with Elizabeth Valerio, and I watched them, didn't watch them for very long, but I saw on her thumbnail, she also pointed out that this is the year of the snake. And I thought, whoa, that's beautiful alignment, the number 9 with the year of the snake. So I can't wait to, in February, dive into that a little bit, because I think also there's some other deeper connections here, snakes underground and things like that. So welcome, Happy New Year to Clevis. And as I mentioned in my chat comment, that the moon has moved into Aquarius for this new year, and I feel that is just a great cosmic blessing. It feels like a very clear way, like a clear bell, a clear way to start the new year. And so really happy, feeling really, really good with the way the readings have been going. And I wanted to tell you about last night, dreaming. Oh my goodness. So last night in my dreams, I was making sigil after sigil after sigil, building all these layers and layers and layers and layers. And it was happening sort of behind me. It was this weird dream. So for those of you that haven't been following along in the second part of this series, I've been using the transparent tarot to clarify or to deepen understanding of what's happened in the reading with the Solera Occulta tarot. And with the transparent tarot, you can stack the cards. And one of the things that I did a couple of years ago with Emily Carding, the creator of the Transparent Tarot, was this exercise, and it was an intention exercise where you actually choose cards and you build a sigil or a talisman of sorts to protect yourself. And I took a photo of the one I created, and I've had it beside me on my table, and it's really cool. It's an amazing way to work with the tarot and look at things from a different perspective with the layers of that deck. So it's been really fun in the part twos to do that. And it just hit me like a crazy dream last night. So I've decided today I'm going to slow down a little bit. I'm going to do the magician reading, and then I'm going to go for a long walk with the dogs. And then I'll be back later today to do a few more readings. And then that will wind up tomorrow. And then on Saturday, I will do a recap and talk about this experience, talk a little bit more about the year of the Hermit, and answer all of your questions. And I will have photos of the readings to share with you. And yeah, so that's the plan for today. The spread, if you're new, and hello, my name is Sadhana. If you're new here, tarot reader, healer, metaphysician of sorts. This Nautilus spread I created for this event. I'll call it an event. Very interesting creature, the Nautilus. And I was looking for a spread that felt like It was aware of the interior. And this one, initially when I planned it, I planned it in this direction, moving to the interior. But I changed that because I believe the nautilus would begin as a single cell and then expand and grow. And I thought that the card at the center of the reading, like this is the heart, the beginning, the source, the most important issue for 2025, but also these are deeper layers, right? And I've had a lot of fun with this. I think it's worked really well. And yeah, there's not really any set positions. This is the center position. And then the 2 and the 3 are really sort of, they're close to the center. They're close to the heart. So the further away you go, the less impactful. But there's 9 cards, 9 for the year of the Hermit. Yeah, so that's what I created. So let's get into the Magician and how the Magician might respond in the year of the Hermit. So the Magician is Mercury card, and the Hermit is ruled by Mercury. So that is, could we say, they are friendly. They are friendly. However, I feel the Magician, for the most part, is a lot more active, has a lot more energy, and maybe quite resistant to too much reflection. The Magician is a number 1, right? It's a beginning card, whereas the Hermit is a completion card. It's a number 9. And this year in general is about completions. So I wonder, I'm very curious about what's gonna come up here with this dynamic energy. Now, one more thing, and that is the calculation of one's card of the year. There are a few ways to do this, and I have explained this a little bit in the description box below. There are other ways that people identify with a card for the year. Sometimes they just randomly pick one. Sometimes they might have the 22 major arcana in hand and simply shuffle them and draw a major arcana for the year. So there's different ways people might pick a card of the year, a card of focus. It may be in alignment with a birth path or something else. So that is why I decided to expand this series to include all of the major arcana. The first couple of years I did it, I didn't do 1 and 2 and 3 because with the calculations that are down below, it wasn't possible to get those numbers. So here we go. This is the reading for the Magician. And this deck is the Solara Occulta Tarot, linked below. I'm going to avoid riffle shuffling the whole deck. It's been shuffled in little pieces. Yeah. Okay. Let this reading show, reveal a response of how the energy of the Magician, or what awareness this number 1 energy, what awareness we should bring to this energy this year. If this is your number of focus, if you have a lot of Mercury in your chart, identify strongly with this card. This reading is for you. And as always, I ask this message be in the highest for the greatest good, and that no harm be done. So be it. Very cool. Okay, so Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is a Virgo card. Virgo is 8, 9, 10 of Pentacles. Mutable energy. And 8 is the Sephra of Hod, which is also assigned to the planet of Mercury. So as a beginning card, Mercury is it moves quickly. The planet itself, the chemical element Mercury, is one that is known as quicksilver. There's a rapidity to this that, as I mentioned, doesn't feel very hermit-like. And yet, with this Eight of Pentacles, this is one of my favorite cards. It's a card of dedication, and it is a reflection of the Three of Pentacles, of the love of one's work and the dedication and focus and intention one puts into work. And work may not necessarily be the work that you are paid for. It is about doing what you love what you do, and you're also very, very good at it. And when I think about this in its synchronicities, and number 8, this energy of number 8 also seems to move rather, want to move quickly. It's about change, but it's about higher level change. It has a quality of reflecting on past experiences. It is connected to both the major arcanum, justice or adjustment, and strength. It's what should I say? It's a rather complex number. It is a partner number. It is a supporting number for the number 7, and it brings harmony to excessive worldly sensorial experiences. So as a concern of how the magician is going to play this year out, this feels incredible. It feels like you will, in your, so let's call it kind of a retreat year, hermit kind of year, put incredible love and dedication into what you love and what you do, and that is exactly what you should do. You have a lot of resources with the magician and a lot of energy, and it feels so very, very aligned. The card in the bottom right corner is the card that was on the bottom of the deck, and it is the 10 of Wands. And it kind of bookends the reading. And there's a couple of different ways you may interpret this. But I think it's a reminder. It's a reminder to how important this concept of doing what you love and loving what you do is. And we don't have to overdo it. And we don't have to stay in places and positions and situations where we're kind of tired. We kind of don't want to be there anymore. And so we have this juxtaposition between the theme of one magician and a 10, which is a 1 and a change at the bottom. And this is the 10th card of the suit, which I refer to as the dharmic path. And so this card also would indicate a change of path. It's at the bottom of the reading, right? It's not within the body of the reading, but there's this energy and this support of almost giving you permission to shift direction. And I would say that's about putting more energy into what I said, doing what you do, doing what you love, and loving what you do. Okay, so let's see what some of the surrounding cards are. Wow, lots of cards of change. Lots of cards of change. Six of Swords, death. So Six of Swords is an Aquarius card, central decan. Sixes bring us a sense of peace. And again, it's almost like this is another card giving you permission to move on. To move on. And I'm now that the vision that I'm having is that if you've ever been to Disneyland or one of those kind of amusement parks, and I'm imagining I'm on a boat and the boat is traveling deeper into the darkness. And in some of those rides, it's very, very cheerful, but some of them, there's this moment when you're in the darkness and you don't know where you're going. And I'm thinking I'm on this boat in a cave and it's kind of exciting, and I'm traveling away from that which burdens me and moving towards something which feels kind of hopeful. And I have mentioned before, this card has arisen. There are some sea monsters underneath the boat. And I feel almost as if you're just kind of laughing at those sea monsters, saying something like, I'm kind of done with you. I'm ready. I'm ready to move on. And you are facing those sea monsters, not facing the direction that you're going. It's like you're saying goodbye to them. And then the Temperance card shows up, and it's like, okay, this is feeling like a card of health and wellness, and how important it is to take good care of yourself. Because if you have been overdoing it and fulfilling responsibilities and taking on too much, and not doing what you love and loving what you do, then you're feeling a lot tired. And no wonder you want to move on, and no wonder the Temperance card is here. I would say this change is irrevocable, and it is it's one of those situations where, had you not decided or been contemplating to make this change, it would have made this change for you. And I'll use the example of divorce, separation, from personal experience, that you put in so much energy trying to make things work. And at one point, I was thinking, okay, if I find my happiness and I do everything I can to find my glow and my peace and all of that, then that will reverberate out and the marriage will be well. And there was kind of a blinders on to all that was connected. And it's kind of like the scythe came down for me because I wasn't willing to draw the scythe myself. Draw is not the right word, but or swing the scythe myself. And when we come to these situations where we are not fulfilling our heart's desire, not fulfilling what feels good within us, Spirit will step in. And this is a really great group of cards to get you thinking about, how can I better align my life so that I feel more healthy, more in sync, more everything that is in my highest. The expression "something's gotta give" has 3 exclamation marks after it. And I would say, in terms of a metaphor for the magician, that this would be the place where the magician might put down the wand and then pick up a different tool, perhaps pick up the cup, and have a really good look at the cup and say, I've missed you. I haven't played with you for some time. The magician is also a card that is about 4 elements and the relationship among all of these elements. As above, so below. As within, so without. Which is also the story of temperance. And there's a really beautiful temperance card in the Thoth Journey Tarot that has sort of a wave of energy for each of the elements, and at the intersection of the elements, I can't remember what's there, but it's a stunning card that just goes to show how beautiful things can be when we truly bring harmony to our life. So what needs to give? And let's go to Clevis's comment here. I will quote Erica Robinson: "The scythe, because of its shape, it gathers and cuts." So it is part of harvesting, right? It is part of harvesting. And so what you are gathering in is a truth, of who you are and what you stand for. And if we look at death in terms of its association with Scorpio, this is a deep, deep calling, and it's also deeply part of the healing journey and discovering who you are and learning more about your gifts and talents and treasures. And it fits very beautifully too with a metaphor of wandering in the darkness, with the hermit, because part of the Scorpio journey is that wandering into the depths of the ocean to find your purpose, to find what it is that you're ready to work on. Hi, Sarah. Welcome. I think the Thoth version of temperance is art, and the elements combining forms a rainbow. No, I wasn't thinking of the Thoth tarot. Yes, which is a rainbow. I was thinking of, it's a deck called the Thoth Journey Tarot. Thoth Journey Tarot. And it's a personal... It's like a personal deccan walk. It's an incredible deck. So yeah, it has a slightly different take than the Crowley Thoth Tarot. So you will be discovering a lot this year. And what is most important is that you are true to who you are. I wonder if there's going to be a page in this reading. King of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. Wow, these two. This, or sometimes Queen of Wands as well. So we've got Queen of Cups and King of Pentacles, the two receptive, sort of leading court cards, standing in, looking into the center of the Nautilus. I would say the King of Pentacles is really, really supportive. Both of these cards are very supportive of leaning into a different side of you than you have been showing before. And it's all so familiar. It's all so familiar. And sometimes I have so many things in my head, it's hard to come out with a coherent sentence. One point here that feels really important to understand is, and I'm looking at the Eight of Pentacles and all the other cards coming together, is that the eights balance the sevens. There is a wisdom and an understanding in the eights that was previously, even let's say last year, quite scattered, unclear. And so you may have found yourself dabbing in all kinds of things or overdoing everything. And now there is a focus and an intelligence to what is developing. And I think it feels solid. It feels good. Like you know, or you have known previously. And now this is opening up. It's a number one. It's a new beginning. It's a brilliant opportunity. Okay. All right. If you would like to join me for part 2, here is the link for part 2. And please do come back. If this is the card you're working with, let me know how you are doing. And I'm always open to... one thing about your questions and your comments when you come back is that they do prompt new videos. They prompt expansions. And of course, I'm going to answer your comments with my fingers and my heart. But it's wonderful how your questions expand new conversations and even explorations into this particular deck and how this deck is responding to the question. Yeah. So thank you. Thank you very much for being here. And I will start part 2 as soon as I'm set up and ready. So if you're going to go there, please make sure that you're open the screen and be waiting there, and then you won't miss anything. Thank you. Happy New Year. Much love to you all. Namaste.